Hello again. A few teachers have already discovered Socrative, so for those of you who haven't, here's how you can use it on your iPad, iPhone, desktop, and laptop for student assessment. So for the iPad or iPhones, there are two different apps, Socrative Teacher Edition and Student Edition. And then for the website, it is Socrative.com, and it'll prompt you to log in as a student or a teacher. You only need to create an account as a teacher. If you log in as a student, all you need is your teacher's room code. The first time you log on to the app, you'll come to this dashboard where you can manage everything you'd like. It's going to automatically assign you a room number, but you can easily change that to something easier for your students to access by hitting the menu and going to My Profile. And then if you scroll down here, you can change your room name to something your students can more easily access. You can't have spaces in the room name. Just an FYI, room codes are not case sensitive, so your students can access this whether the R was capitalized or not. And when they log in with the room code, they'll be brought to a screen like this, and they will have to wait until you prompt the quiz to start for them. So the things I can do here are start a customized quiz. And when you hit that, it'll go to a list of all your quizzes that you have, so you can select any one to start. I have none, so I'll have to create one first. You can do a quick question, which is if you want to do a question on the spot for your students to answer multiple choice, true, false, short answer. Those are also the types of questions that go in the quiz. You can do a space race, which pairs students in teams to create a quiz together, and their answers can race against each other for correctness. And this is really easy to do because you'll just select from your saved quizzes how many teams you want, and you can auto assign the colors or have the students pick them themselves. And then you can create an exit ticket, which is going to be the same questions. The first question will be, how well did you understand today's material? The second question will be, what did you learn in today's class, which would be a short answer. The first one was multiple choice. And then this one you can plug in your own question. But that's the same three questions for the exit ticket every time. So if you want a customized exit ticket, I would just recommend doing a quiz. So I'm going to create a quiz now. Oh, and this right here, this Socrative number, is you can share this with other teachers, and they can access the same quiz that you've created, so you can collaborate together. The tags you can add are Common Core State Standard, and then you can go through and tag which Common Core State Standard your quiz aligns with. I'm going to skip that for now, so I'll show you how to add a type of each question. Multiple choice question. So you type the questions and the number of answers you can add or delete. I only want 3 for this question, so I'll delete the 4th. And you do need to indicate which answer is correct. And you have the option of putting an explanation on why that answer is correct. And these answers do have a little bit of rich text editing, so you can do subscript, superscript, which is good for math and science. And as you see here, I can select more than one correct answer if I need. You can also add an image, which will display, I think, above the question for the students. Alright, so we'll add a true-false question now. Again, indicate true or false, which should highlight to green. And these controls here are if you want to rearrange questions to be higher or lower than the ones before, or delete them. And again, you can explain or add an image. And short answer. With short answers, you have an option of adding in a number of correct answers. Those will not be case sensitive either. So if you want to make sure students are still hitting the right answer, you can add that in. Or you can leave it open-ended and add nothing in. So I'm satisfied with my quiz, 3 questions. I'm going to save and exit up here. And then now I can start a quiz for my students. So I'm going to start the quiz I just created. And then here are my options. I can do student paced with immediate feedback, which students can go through the questions one at a time at their own pace. Another thing about the immediate feedback is students can't change their answer, but in the navigation they can. Student navigation, where I can switch through all the questions. I can go from 1 to 3, back to 2, back to 3. Or you can do teacher paced, where the teacher prompts the questions and students can't access the next question before the teacher prompts it. And for teacher paced, you don't have to go in the answer of your own questions. You can skip around. There are additional settings here if you don't want names to show, if you want the questions randomized, so you have kids taking the same quizzes, they won't be necessarily on the same question. Randomize answers, good to prevent cheating, and disable student feedback. So on the student screen, students will first be prompted to enter their names. Since I didn't turn that off, I skipped that step, but here I have the question up and I can submit the answer. And since it's teacher paced, I'm not going to go on to the next question here. And on the teacher view is your real-time results. I can see here I have 2 students currently enrolled in this quiz. And if I toggle the how do we do, I can view the answers for the class. So green is a correct answer, yellow is an incorrect answer, and I can see here 50% of my students have answered A and 50% have answered B. So I can instantly see where students are at with their level of understanding. And I'm going to go to the next question here, up here, hit next. And the how do we do portion will change as more students answer, so I'll show you that next time. So on the short answer questions, I can see 1 of 2 have answered so far, and I can show answers. But every time some new person answers, the questions will go back to being hidden. And you can also show names if you want to. So here a new answer rolled in. I'd have to hit show answers again if I wanted to see what the answers were. The quiz has been completed. I can hit finish up here. And I can save my report. I can email it to myself, download it directly, save to Google Drive directly. I can view it instantly or later within the app, and that'll save no matter what, it'll save within the app. Here we are, an easy to understand readable assessment, and I can go back into questions individually and look at things if I need to. You can see which percentage of your students are on track with which areas. And then for the short answer, there's no percentage there because I didn't choose correct answers. So I've exited back to the dashboard because I just want to show you when you go under Manage Quizzes, you can create a new quiz, import a quiz using a Socrative number from a different teacher, view the quizzes you already have, and then get the reports like the report I just showed you. That is Socrative in a nutshell. It's a great way to keep students aligned and assessed and help ensure our instruction is effective and as possible